man. My Wi-Fi sucks. Maine has probably got the worst fucking Wi-Fi ever. I don't get it. I don't have any things going. I have one thing going, and it's fucking can't even do that. Adam, Historian Ghost Hunter. Welcome, guys. Historically Haunted VODCAST Season 5. Episode 30. Sorry for the Wi-Fi. I'm getting snow in Maine tonight, so come to fucking Maine. Just kidding. Don't, because you're not going to like it. Blah, boy, I blew this intro. Are we even live? We are. Okay, I've done this before, I swear. What's up, historians? Adam, Historian Ghost Hunter, your guest. Your host. Shit. Edit. This is the last week's sponsorship for now. She does want to sponsor it in the future, but actress, model, photographer, aerialist, aspiring tattoo artist, professional photographer, and owner of Rebel Yell Photography. She's an actress in the upcoming Clown Motel 3 Ways to Hell film. And Mary Kate. She's also in Horror Hound Bites with Mary Kate. We're coming up a show shortly. She'll be featured in. So, yeah, she also does makeup for films. She's doing makeup for the Clown Motel. She's a makeup artist. And she sent me this. She was a guest a couple weeks ago, guys. And she sent me this. Hold on. Oh, man.
Hey, everybody.
Okay, here we go.
Kate, actress and model and photographer, Rebel Yell Photography, Clown Motel, 3 Ways to Hell, and Horror Hound Bite with Mary Kate. And you are watching the Historically Haunted Podcast with my good friend, Adam, the Historical Ghost Hunter. Hey, everybody.
Awesome. Historian, it's all good. I appreciate that, Mary. So thank you so much. Hopefully you guys are all tuning in. Everything's okay here. So my next guest is literally a former coworker of mine, a great friend of mine. She's also a fellow Mainer. I've known her for a long time now, honestly, since I started doing this whole ghost stuff, met her at conventions and shows. She's also a client of mine, Historically Haunted Booking. She is a big wildcat chaser, puma chaser of the East. Can you see my shirt? She made me the hat. Eastern Ghost Cat Research. Oh, good stuff. Okay. So she sent me this shirt. This is the back of it. Check that bad boy out. Yeah, buddy. She looks for cougars and pumas and all that mountain lion stuff in Maine and New England because they're seen here. She's been doing research. She's a cryptozoologist. She's a public speaker. She's written some different. I can actually get a sheet she wrote me. I'm stumbling here. Jean, come save me. Jean TEWKSBURY, everybody. My sister from another mister. What's up, girl?
Oh, hey, guy. I'm so happy to be here. And yes, you are my brother. I'm sorry, brother. That's all there is to it.
Damn straight. You and I have been through some good stuff. You've did a couple of my tours. We've hung out, seen some sights, talked, had lunch, the whole nine, worked together, and just plain good friends. So thank you for coming on, Jean.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. When you messaged me the other day, I'm like, yes, I'm there.
You're always in comments watching anyways. I got to bring you on once in a while. I haven't talked to you in a couple of months. He's almost been a year, I think, last time you were on. So it's time to catch up. So cheers, girl. I know you got a drink going. Cheers. Salute.
Cheers.
Salute, my grandmother would say. Awesome. So I guess, we're starting out now. Yeah, hopefully the Wi-Fi. Do I sound all right?
Yeah.
All right. I know it was a little choppy in the beginning.
The beginning was a little choppy, but now it seems to have straightened itself out.
Like I said, Jean is not only a friend of mine, but she's like a sister. She sends me gifts. This hat she personally made for me. Her and her daughter, who's a great artist. Sid's got. I still get the ghostie I got from her a long time ago. Different stuff. The stuff about Athena, my girlfriend Heather's dog and stuff, and just you and I always talk wrestling. We're big wrestling fans, so we know each other very well. But for those watching, and they will watch tomorrow on YouTube and stuff that want to get to know you, Jean, how did this all start for you, girl? The whole
well, you know, and you and Heather both know because you read the paper that I did from a talk. This all started for me at the age of 7. I saw the little documentary they did back in the 70s, in 1978, called Sasquatch, The Legend of Bigfoot. Was completely hooked by that whole thing. And if you watch it now, most people are like, this is the most boring thing in the world. But for me, it wasn't. I love the wilderness. I love all of the wildlife and stuff. And then, the whole thought of there being something out there that we can't explain. We met mutually through a job that I formerly had. That dealt with the stuff, because I didn't know that there was actually a word for it with cryptozoology. and stuff. And of course, Bigfoot was like my big thing. In the 4th grade, I read my first case book. Like it said there, my teacher looked at me and said I wasted my time. It was all a bunch of junk and stuff. So I kind of kept it to myself. I still, my first love and always will be the whole Sasquatch. I've done different expeditions for it. I've worked with people on their properties that think that they might have had some activity and stuff, did different things. I've actually casted some tracks, different things like that. And then I
moved different museums around New England and Maine and stuff. I've seen you. I'm going to cut you off, but my first tour at the former place was with you, and you're all over the fucking place.
Well, it was funny because when we did the tour, I love the tour because, I mean, when we pulled up to the night shift, building there, the first thing I said was,
No, the museum I'm saying. That's why when I met you back in.
Oh, yeah.
That tour, when you gave me your tour.
Oh, yeah.
When I first met you, sister, a long time ago.
I always loved that because I could always explain stuff. I'm going to be, in 2 weeks, I'll be giving a talk at the Cobble Mountain Critter Festival in Russell, Massachusetts. And I'm looking forward to that because I was asked by 2 friends who I met through the previous job that I had back in 2015. Yes. They had, I did an expedition with them back in 2019, but I met them in 2015 and they're such great guys. They're exceptional with the whole Bigfoot research. They, have done literally wildlife. They're wildlife guides. They know their stuff. They're extremely amazing people. Tim and Eric Vogel, the Vogel brothers. What I like about it is when they asked me to do the Cobble Mountain Critter Festival, it was more for, my talk is more of an educational purpose, which I thought was phenomenal. Because when you're talking cryptids and stuff, most people think you're out there, woohoo, different stuff. And this festival covers, the cryptids, it covers UFOs, it covers paranormal, it covers all kinds of different stuff, which I think is great. But their thing for me was it's educational because of the research that I do and the knowledge that I have with cryptids and my stuff with the Eastern ghost cat research that I started last year, just before I became a client of yours, which I'm very thankful to be part of the historically haunted family. I love it. And I thought that was great because that's with my research and what I do. I try to keep it, as scientific based as I can. My thing is when you actually talk to like biologists and scientists about the subject and stuff, they are so close-minded. It's scary. And I just kind of like to look at the possibilities. But I do look to prove, it's not like I'm just taking somebody's word for it. Yes, this is happening. It's the same in any field,
But as well as I do, there's some fucking guy who's got a degree somewhere that goes, there's no way a cougar could be in Maine with the weather conditions. Never been to Maine, never even looked, but just goes, no way the conditions. You know what I mean? Just like, you know what I mean? There's no way, right? Bullshit.
Well, that's what gets me is because when I started doing the stuff with the mountain lions, you can call them mountain lions, pumas, cougars, panthers, anything. They're all exactly the same cat. It's just they have over 40 names. But when I'm doing it, I decided I'm going to look up some scientific papers to see what I can find. And I found one from the University of Montreal that they did from 2001 to 2011. And they actually put out what they called scent scratch traps. And they were able to collect hair samples. And they actually got cougar samples. When the DNA was tested, it came back positive for being a mountain lion.
Montreal, okay. Canada?
Yeah. So you can't tell me that they see a border and they're like, oh, wait, it's the main border. I can't cross.
I can't go there.
I can't go there. I can't go there. It's Maine. I can't go there.
I don't have a passport. I don't have a fucking passport, right? Or whatever.
Yeah. So it's one of those things of, okay. And I mean, and even when I sat down with my regional state biologist and I showed him the track that I got because I have had my own sighting. Mine was of a juvenile though. And when I showed him the track, he was so impressed. He was like, oh my God, this is not symmetrical. It's asymmetrical. There's no defining claw prints. It's asymmetrical. This is so great. Oh my gosh, where did you find this? And I told him, about my sighting, and he handed back the photo and he said, "Nope, you're saying breeding population. You're wrong." So I was like, "Wait, what?"
He just flipped on a coin. He just flipped. Were your location?
Yeah. So it's strange. I mean, I've aligned myself with the Mount Lion Foundation to get more knowledge, because I found that the easiest thing to do is I go by the work of the late Bruce S. Wright, who was a wildlife biologist in Canada, who tried to prove that there were mountain lions in Canada at the time. He passed away years before it was actually proven because of this test, and stuff. And the scientific study they did. But it's just one of those things, as he said, because these cats, it doesn't matter if they're east or west, there's no defining difference. So you can't tell the difference. And in the scientific paper that the University of Montreal did, they were able to prove that, I think it was 9 of the hair samples they got were actually from South America. And there's a difference between a South American, puma and a North American puma. And I have a page, a group that I do, and it will show the differences and stuff. And they could tell that by doing a DNA test, they called it a haplo DNA test, that 9 of these were from South America. Okay. So it's probably, the same cat, or maybe 2 different, but they figured these ones are pets. The other ones that they got, they couldn't define. You can't define if it's east or west, because it's the same species. I know they use the term subspecies a lot and stuff, but they're the same species. And what Bruce S. Wright said is, by studying what the Western mountain lions are doing, you can actually understand more for what you're looking for here on the East Coast. So that's what I do.
Gene TEWKSBURY. I tell you guys want answers. You guys want, in this field that she's talking about, you're one of the leaders. Oh shit, yes. I'm sorry, guys. I got lost in conversation with sister. What's up, Jen? Author Jen Falk. I want to say hi to everybody.
Hi,
What's
Jennifer.
up? Thomas loves you.
Thomas I was talking about Thomas the other day.
His ears were burning, I bet. Was they? You got to do some convention. We got to get you to some of his shows and stuff. Father Ken Torres from San Diego. What's up, brother? Former Warren Legacy member. Good to see you, brother. Padre. Jim Brown, Tombstone Paranormal, Stowe, Maine. What's up?
All right. Hey, Jim. And Mary Kate.
Sponsor. Yes.
The sponsor is here.
Yes, I played your intro, girl. What's up, Brian? What's up, buddy? Another podcaster. Get Gene on your show. So yeah, I mean, it sounds like it's been all around you. I mean, obviously you're an animal lover anyway. I know you got your reptiles. I know you got your little fucking lizards and all your little stuff, and you love your animals. But it's more. I mean, it's more than work. It's like a passion. I mean, it really is.
I'm very passionate about the subject because of the fact that they were removed from the endangered species list in 2018. And so when I was talking to my state biologist and stuff, I'm like, when I talked to the former state biologist who's now retired and had them declared extinct. I mean, I've talked to a lot of people. I've talked to journalists. I've talked to the biologist who had them removed from the endangered species list. I've talked to my regional biologist. I've talked to a ton of people about this topic. And when I was talking to the former state biologist who had them removed, he was like, oh, before I could do that, I had to make sure that there was still some protection for them. So when I talked to my regional state biologist, I was like, well, what's their protection? And it's the same as if you poach deer. It's a slap on the wrist and a small fine. You do it again, it's a slap on the wrist and a bigger fine. And by the 3rd time, you lose your hunting license. But I tried to explain to him, in most states, most people, I know that it's a big hunting state, and a lot of states are, but not everybody in the state has a hunting license. But a lot of people have guns, and a lot of people could care less, and stuff. And I was more or less told that I was being disrespectful because I didn't think that it was a proper punishment. Because he literally looked at me and he was like, what does that look? He's like, is that not good enough for you? Was his exact words and his exact manner. And I was like, no, I'm just saying that's not protection, and I'm not saying let's change all the laws, because when I talked to the former state biologist, I'm like, what laws changed when you removed him from the endangered species list? He goes, none. And I'm like, so what was the big deal of removing them, and stuff? And when I talked to state biologist, he goes, no, he goes, people just assume what they want to assume. He said, you can try to explain it, but nobody's going to, everybody already knows their opinion, and their opinion is what they believe. So I've just kind of left that part alone. I'm just here to try to see if there is, and if there is, I want some form of, acknowledgement, that they're here.
Yeah, I mean, who sends this fucking guy on? What do you mean? Is that good enough for you? What a dink! What are you talking like? And that's just the ones that are caught. You imagine people that do it, they don't get even known or reported. Think about that. You know what I mean? You actually got to get caught to get penalized.
Well, it's the same with any type of cryptid, because a lot of people don't realize that, mountain lions on the East Coast are cryptids, because with cryptozoology, it's the study of hidden, unknown, but it's also out of place animals. And mountain lions are not supposed to be here. They're supposed to be extinct in all of the eastern states except for Florida. They were extirpated in the late 1800s, so they're not here. The last known mountain lion was killed in 1938 in Maine, in Somerset County, by a gentleman who was from Canada. He was a French hunter that came over, and he actually killed it. It was taxidermied, and the late Bruce S. Wright actually got a hold of it, and it's now on display at I think it's the Maritime Museum in Fredericton, New Brunswick. Wow. If I'm not mistaken, don't quote me on that, but it is on display in a museum in New Brunswick. So,
it should be in Augusta, Maine. It should be at the fucking museum in Augusta, you'd think, with a Maine cat. Being a Maine cat and all. Oh, wow. So, in your opinion, obviously Southern Maine's too many fucking humans, but where you and I live up a little bit, you live by the belt, I live a little bit higher by the mountains. They must be seen by my area, I think, Mount Katahdin, you'd think, where it's less people, higher elevation, right?
It really depends. I mean, my theory, and this is just my theory, people can tell me I'm full of it, whatever. My theory is, if you've been hunted to the point of extinction, you learn throughout the years to stay away from what puts you in that position. And I find that a lot of the reports come in areas that have marshes or wetlands or something. It's harder for people to get into than it is for them. And, like I said, I brought that up with the regional state biologist too, and I was told no. But
you think he want to join forces with you instead of shooing you away, but
well, he did. He said the work that I'm doing is really good, and he asked to be kept informed. He also asked if I would be willing to share some of the articles, because I do have the confirmed sighting from Cape Elizabeth in 1995. There was a woman that saw one. She reported it, and when they went out to look, they actually found hair samples that came back positive for being a mountain lion, but they assumed it was a pet because it wasn't seen again. And when I was talking to the biologists and stuff, I did find out that there are 4 people in the state that do have mountain lions as pets.
That's
because you can. He told me I could too, as long as I fill out the paperwork and cross my, dot my I's and cross my T's.
Mike Tyson had a tiger, didn't he, or some shit?
But technically, you're not supposed to. In 2023, the federal government put in effect the big cat law, which was to ban all sales on big cats within the U.S. So technically, I don't see how I can do that, but they said I could. So, because I did bring that up too.
Leave it to you. If anybody's going to be Cape Elizabeth, it's all the ritzy fitzes live. That's a rich town. Oh, yeah. That'd be the fucking one. Portland Headlight. Oh, yeah. No shit, though. Southern Maine like that by the coast. No kidding. Wow. All right, let's. I want to do a couple fun ones because I got to pick your brain. Let's go off subject. Fuck anybody that's watching. I don't care.
Yeah, that's fine.
Let's talk some wrestling. What are your thoughts on my girl Tiffy Time? What do you like? You like Tiffy? You think she's got it?
I don't care for Tiffy. I don't like the Barbie persona. I'm sorry. I'm not. She is very athletic. I will give her credit there. She is very athletic. I just don't like the character of the whole Tiffy Time thing. It drives me insane.
It's kind of cheesy. It's kind of girly, like Barbie. I get it. It is kind of like almost like fucking like what? But I mean, athletic wise though, what do you think about like Jay? Who do you think is the toughest chick right now? You think Jade Cargill's right up there? She's.
I'm sorry, I'm Maria Ripley.
That's my girl Heather. Heather loves Rhea. Mommy, dude. Yeah. She's something else, man. When she's a tough chick, and she's only like 26 or something like that. Like,
Yeah, I mean, and she will. And what I like about her, she reminds me a lot of China because she has no issue taking on the men. And if she gets, knocked down, it's all good because she causes just as much,
she could take it. She
Yeah.
can throw it down around.
Yeah.
That's cool. And I know one of your favorites of all time, obviously, Andre P. Didn't he play Sasquatch in an old Sasquatch movie? I heard
He played the bionic Bigfoot in the $6 Million Man.
That's what it was. It's Bionic Bigfoot. Oh,
He played the first one. The second one was played by the actor from the James Bond movie Moonraker.
Oh, the big guy, Jaws or whatever. The tall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Leave it to you, your knowledge. What's up, Medium Irene? Thanks for checking in. Oh, that's awesome. So, of course, you know the show. We've talked plenty of times, but some people may watch. I haven't met you or seen you yet, like Mary Kate or whatever, Brian. It is historically haunted, and I know that you're tough as nails, but you are scared of ghosts and graveyards.
Well, that is the thing. That's why Thomas's ears should be ringing because my best friend Crystal, who you're friends with on Facebook as well, she asked me to go see Final Destination Bloodlines, which I do like the Final Destination movies, but I'm not a horror person, okay? And we were watching the previews, and they actually had one for the new Conjuring that was discussing Ed and Lorena Warren, which, of course, I brought up your name and, a bunch of others. I was like, oh, my God, I know these people just because,
Yeah.
But when we got done watching the Final Destination movie, we were headed home. And she was like, I would love to go to a haunted location. And I said, nope. And I said, but if I did, the only person I would ever go with is Thomas because he's a shaman. He knows his stuff and I would be cleansed, but I don't think it's a good idea because he knows how scared I am. But I said, he's the only person I would trust to go into a haunted location with is because he knows his stuff.
Yeah.
So, and she was like, well, you got to bring me in. I said, well, you'd probably be funny. What's that?
Just take a bath in holy water. Like Ken Torres that said hi earlier. He's actually a father. He's actually like not a bishop, but he's working his way towards that, I believe. And he worked with the Warrens and stuff. He's out in California, but
I said there was a lot of people. Yeah, there's a lot of people in the historically haunted family that all know of and have dealt with and stuff. And I was just like, when it came up, I'm like, I know all about this.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, see, I'm the same way. Like, I love my history, but when it comes to that other side, I'll let a shaman or a psychic or a Samaya, one of these enchantresses, I'll let them kind of deal with it. I'll know the history, but I don't know the exorcisms. I don't want them to. No.
Yeah.
No. So, I'm just gonna bring it up real quick. It's not about me, but I want to say that I appreciate you, and of course Danny and Lauren Perez are the only ones that have taken my tour yet, and we get to spend some time seeing some cool shit from where Creepshow 2 beginning was filmed, and the B-52 bomber crash site, which was a hell of a journey to get to, but quite astonishing. And of course, Bartlett Yarn Mill, Harmony, Graveyard Shift was filmed. So I appreciate you taking the tour. That was a lot of fun that day, and I owe you one. That was awesome. So,
oh no, I want to take the other tour that Danny and them took, but I also want to do a tour where we do the Belfast area and I bring you down to the thinner film sites in Camden and Rockland.
Yes, I haven't been to those yet. Because you hooked me up with the bridge from Thinner in Thomaston by the old jail, which is the inspiration for Shawshank Prison and the Green fucking Mile. I mean, you're in the King, you're Maynard, you know me, you know all that shit. So, which is gonna bring me to my next thing. Give me a couple fun films. First off, real quick, and I've asked you before, I know, but I want to hear it again. And for those that haven't seen you, what's your King movie and or book? You got one?
Thinner.
You love
Thinner is my movie.
Thinner, yes.
Thinner, and I love Rose Red. And I love Rose Red too.
I hear a lot of good shit about Rose Red. Is that a movie?
Yeah, it was a mini series that they had for television.
Oh, I've never. Wow, I'm ashamed. I didn't even know it was a movie. I'll have to watch. I didn't know. I know it's a book. I haven't read it, but Rose Red. What's that about? Do you mind telling me?
It's Nancy Travis brings a bunch of people together in this house, and then all of a sudden, all of this weird stuff starts happening, and some people end up dying, and it's just it's kind of psychological and scary all at the same time. It's really good. I liked it. It's like I said, Thinner's my favorite movie, but I do like Rose Red as like the miniseries, and I love Haven. I've told you, watch Haven on Tubi. I
Yes,
love Haven.
The chick detective, and she's from Haven,
Yeah.
Maine, the blonde chick. And Heather and I started watching. I go, oh my god, it's fucking King, and it's all different.
It
weird
was
little...
filmed in Nova Scotia because I can tell the difference between East Coast and West Coast, and that show was filmed completely in Nova Scotia.
I tell you, Gene, you know your stuff. That's why you're a public speaker. That's why you get invited. And you're going real quick. Let's plug the show. You're going to Massachusetts again, real quick.
I'm going to the Cobble Mountain Critter Festival on June 7th. Yes. And I'm also doing the Charming Fair Farms on June 21st and 22nd, or 20th, and I can't remember the dates. It's 2 weeks after that one. I'm doing a thing in New Hampshire at the Charming Fair Farms. It's called Searching for Bigfoot. It gets the kids out and stuff. That's what I like about the Cobble Mountain Critter Festival is all the proceeds are for youth activities, outdoor activities. So it's to get kids back outside and enjoying, the outdoors and not so much tablets and phones and,
video games and fucking
yeah.
And like I said, here we are on, I get it. Don't get me wrong. But same time, as you know, just like with you and me, we like going outside. I like exploring, I like to see Pokemon Go. Fuck that. I want to go see things. So that's great, Gene. I think that's a great cause. And of course, when you go, you bring some of your things for display. You bring some of your work, some of your exhibit, so to speak, right? You bring some of your stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I will, I'll be bringing, different, like, cause I have, a skull collection. Hold on. I'll see if I can turn right there, back there. I actually was fortunate enough 2 years, it was 2 years ago now, to have a family that I was contacting, Nancy Dobson's family, the late Nancy Dobson. She was phenomenal in researching the Eastern Panther, mainly for New York and Pennsylvania. And the family wanted her work to continue on. So they got a hold of me, and I drove 9.5 hours to New York, to Western New York. Yeah. And picked up the stuff, spent some time with the family. I'm actually going to go back and see them next month. They're really great people. And that's where Dobby, my mountain lion in the back, he's actually taxidermy. I call him Dobby because of Mr. Dobson. But awesome. She was phenomenal. I mean, the amount of research this woman did, and the binders, like, this is just one of probably 40 binders that I have, with sightings, photos, just different stuff. And the maps on the wall, it's all calculated, like adults, juveniles, what were black, what were, female, what were male. She was absolutely phenomenal. And I'm so happy that they asked me to continue on her work.
Me too.
And yeah,
it's just got wasted or thrown away, or someone just took it into it. It's wow, what an honor, Gene. And of all people, that's fantastic. You must be like Christmas.
It is an honor. And I mean, I've had people asking me 50 million times, you're going to write a book? You're going to write a book? I would love to. And I would like to start, but I would be like an editor's worst nightmare. I'm still thinking that I should, but like I was telling the family, I said, if I do, she gets she's going to get like the credit. She's going to be mentioned. I mean, she was just phenomenal. Just the amount of work, hard work this woman did. She was absolutely phenomenal. Wow. And so when I go, I take, I have 2 mountain lion skulls. I just take one, but I also have a lynx and a bobcat. So you can see the size difference, the comparisons. I do have, mountain lion tracks front and back. I take those. I usually sell those because I have the casting material for that and stuff. But it's just good to know what to look for when you're out there. That's my main thing is there's a lot of mistaken identification when it comes to tracks or with animals. So it's good to know what you're looking for, because not everyone is a misidentification. I mean, you can be told that, but it's not always. So it's good to know. It's like when I'm out, I always tell everybody, cause somebody said, you need to come to Florida. No, you know what? I know all the animals in my area. I know the moose, the black bear, this, that, everything else. I am not afraid to go out at night, but I'm not going to be walking through Florida with gators and spiders and snakes that could, potentially harm me, because I don't know the area. I think it's good to know to be comfortable, know your animals, know the sounds they make, because I mean, foxes can scream like little kids, which is freaky enough, you know. You
like
never know.
At night in the woods, like a fucking banshee scream.
Yeah,
I've heard of
like
them.
you need to know. You need to know this stuff. If you're going to be out doing this stuff, you really need to look into it and make sure that you know it and you're comfortable. Because I'm telling you, I was always afraid of the dark when I was a kid, but I have no issue going out, you know, into the woods at night doing the stuff now. It's just I'm more comfortable because I know.
You know. You're right. You know your area. You know your surroundings. You're not gonna get bit by a black widow fucking spider or a fucking scorpion or something. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then you got a whole other case if that's the point. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've heard bobcats can be pretty ornery though. I've heard some stories about them. I don't think I've ever seen one, but I've heard bobcats in Maine are pretty fucking.
Well, they're big too. That was one of the things the biologist and I talked about. Was he was amazed because he's got a Southern accent, so he is a Southern boy. He's been up here for 30 years, but he still has his accent. And he was literally like, "I have no. They're the biggest bobcats I've ever seen." And I mean, usually they are. The ones that I've seen people post pictures on. There are some that look, you know, the normal size, but there are some that are massive. And it's just insane. And they can make some awful screeching noises. So can't mountain lions. The one thing that I found funny is mountain lions can chirp like a bird, which is weird as heck to hear, you know. So you could be thinking that you're hearing a bird and it's not a bird.
Wow. I noticed house cats, like Heather's house cat can do like a when he sees birds, it kind of like a little cackling sound, even just a little fucking house cat. So
yeah.
They also have different ranges in their vocal cords or something. Yeah, feline.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, because some house cats, mine, I've got one that my daughter swears up and down, says no all the time. She's like, I go to touch it, and it's like, no.
Oh, Sid's fucking awesome. I love your kid, man. She's a good chick. I want to talk real quick about her. Very talented. I get some of her work from when I saw her at conventions and stuff with you, and she does some great work. Of course, she did Heather's picture of Athena, Heather's bulldog. We talked about it off camera, but maybe Heather's watching or whatever. But between you and her, you guys know your stuff. And thank you again for those kind gifts for me and her. I've gotten so many gifts from you. I can't even, not even funny. Fucking everything from cigarette lighters to wrestling.
I just told you. You remember that ornament? That ornament you have to, you know, whenever you have a naysayer. Yeah.
I got it all. I got it all, jeans. Yes, I know. If I got a yes, absolutely. Yeah. You know me. I get your back. I got all my fucking junk here. So let me touch base real quick on a fun one because I've been dying to know it. I'm not sure if I've ever asked you, but this was a big one for me that got me into the cryptids and just Maine and shit in general when it comes to this stuff. You remember Wessie?
Yes.
Wessie
was the giant snake seen in Westbrook, Maine, and it was actually witnessed by 2 police officers eating a beaver on the side of a river. Yeah, I remember that.
An anaconda, right, or something like that, like a king cobra, not king cobra, like an anaconda.
No, they found the snake skin on a path. It had shed, and when it was tested, and it came back as green anaconda.
As green anaconda.
Mm-hmm.
So it definitely was an anaconda breed, and I don't think we ever actually found the body. If I remember,
no, they didn't. They never did. No.
Reptiles kind of freak me out. I know you like your lizards, your geckos and shit. This is great.
I like lizards, but the thing with anacondas is they have a full set of teeth. So anything that could pop its head up and smile at me like lunch, I'm freaking out. Sorry.
Like venom.
They do.
From Spider-Man.
They do. No, they actually have. Yeah, they have teeth, and yeah, they can. Yeah.
The cops are eating a fucking beaver, a live full beaver. Okay.
Yeah, I actually talked to the best friend of one of the police officers. He got me in touch with him, so I actually emailed back and forth with him and got the reports and stuff for the former place that I worked at. So they were able to get like the police reports of that sighting and stuff.
That was a biggie for me. Of course, like the Wendigo has been seen in Maine and Pamula. I mean, all these cryptids, like ancient cryptids, but that one was big for me because I was in the area. I was like, holy shit, right in Westbrook, like holy shit.
Yeah.
But what about? Okay, here's a fun one too. What do you believe in, like the spiritual, like the Wendigo? Stephen King brings him up. A lot of people bring him up in things as far as New England goes. The old.
Yeah, you cannot. You know what I mean? It's like
Isn't it paranormal?
The way that I look at it is you can't, think of like supernatural, like supernatural things like that and say that they don't exist, but you think of heaven as it does exist. You know, there's got to be a balance. And as much good as
Santa
there is
Claus,
out
right?
there,
No
you've got to
Santa, but
think
there's a
that there's
Mothman.
just as much evil, you know. And the Wendigo, I do. I mean, I've heard stories, you know, different stories and stuff on that, and it's creepy, you know. And I'm just thankful I haven't run across one.
I love it. See, like you said, if you're open to heaven, why not be open to the tooth fairy? Why not be, well, why not? And I believe even you know, all that's okay. There's another one. Here's another fun one. Does Gene TEWKSBURY, I mean, you gotta say yes, but I want to know, have you seen or do you believe in aliens, UFOs, otherworldly stuff?
See, aliens and UFOs, I don't know much about. I know people that do.
Okay.
I believe that I might have seen a UFO. I actually talked to a gentleman about it years back. There was no reports though from was it MUFO or whatever the heck it is there?
MUFON.
Yeah. I there was no reports of one being in the area at the time that I saw one, because they get like sighting reports and there was no other sightings of it. My thing is, and I've said this millions of times, if there, I've never encountered an alien, and if there was an alien to be brought about, then I want a predator, because at least I know the purpose of that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
I know the purpose of what they're here for, so you know, I'm good.
yeah. What's up, Christine Maria, photographer of the Warren? Brandon Golding, Viper Paranormal out of Virginia.
Hey guys.
Checks it every week. So that's cool, especially with Maine. We're kind of a hotbed with all that stuff. Everything.
Yeah, there is like we've talked about it, because I was telling you I did a Dogman expedition in Moscow. No Dogman thing, but there is an old abandoned radar station there. Yes. And that is like the weirdest place ever. And I know that there's a lot of UFO sightings that come around that area and stuff, but that is like one of the strangest places. And if I had to do any investigating, I would definitely go back. It's insane. It's insane.
One of these days. I bet you Nomar's been, our buddy Nomar Slevik. He's in all that shit. I bet you he's been.
I mean, I sent you pictures that we had taken inside the, and there's still people that monitor the grounds. It's weird. There's like nothing going on, but there's people that actually sit in vehicles and monitor the ground.
Like Area 51 style. They sit in the back.
Yeah, it's weird. Like I said, I can't explain it.
Fucking weird, man. Isn't life peculiar, especially living in New England and Maine? Just everything. There's so much weird shit. Everything from mermaids that are seen to the witches in Salem to you name it, man. Pirates and all that shit. I love it all. I love it all. So what does Jean do when she's not researching, not working, not fucking? Does Jean just like, do you play poker? What do you do for fun?
I watch my wrestling.
Yes.
And I love Tubi. Cheesy shark movies are my favorite.
Sharknado is awesome.
Yeah, but my favorite cheesy shark movie is Sharktopus. I'm sorry. I absolutely love Sharktopus.
I love Tubi. I'll have to check that out. It's where I get Mary Kate and all these people. That's where I find them, is on Tubi.
Yeah, I know. I've got to check those out, because I mean, I watched Meth Gator, which I laughed so hard. I mean,
Meth Gator. Yes, I saw that one.
Yeah, I mean, I love Tubi because of the cheesy movies. Yeah. And it is, and I absolutely love it. I mean, it actually, when I first got Tubi, when I downloaded Tubi and got it all set up and stuff, it had one of my favorite shows from the 1990s. That's where I swear I got my attitude from. It was a TV show. It was called Grace Under Fire, because I was always a quiet, meek person. You could walk all over me. I was like a doormat. And I watched that show and I was like, this is the attitude I need. I need to stand up for myself. And after watching that, people were like, wait a minute, you've changed. And I'm like, I don't take anybody's crap anymore. You know?
Wow.
And I do think it was because of that. But yeah.
Good. Gene, you're one of the most hardest working females in this whole fucking industry when it comes to paranormal. And I mean, I can't, but you know, every time I come on, I go, there's Gene TEWKSBURY with lean females in the fucking cryptozoology field. I mean, you know, I'm your biggest fan. Brandon, thanks for the stars, guys. Brandon sends me like $50 a month. I'm not trying to brag, but I appreciate this cat.
He does. Brandon is awesome. Never met him, but
that picture in front of Hillview Manor. I went there. That's in Bradford, Virginia. I'm not Hillview. Shit. St. Albans Sanatorium. You went recently, right? I went there. There's a shock therapy tub. Spent the night in the morgue with a reverend. Fucking get out of here. Brandon, you're the man. I believe you just did a thing with Annabelle and the Nesper guys, if I remember right. Annabelle's burning down mansions on the West Coast. You see that shit? They burned her a mansion. The place burned down after they left with her, like the next day.
Oh, wow. No, I did not see that.
1840s mansion. It just burned. I don't mean to laugh. It sucks, actually. But so Gene, you're doing all this stuff. Obviously, like, what do you? I hate to ask you if you're gonna write a book because I'm halfway through mine. It's fucking hard because I don't know what I'm doing. But do you see yourself doing more, maybe writings or more just conventions in the future, in the next year?
I do hope to actually write a book. I'm just very bad at it. It's like I sent emails out to a couple different universities and stuff because I've been asking about like DNA testing to see if they can do it and stuff. And I always have to go to Sydney and go, hey, can you edit this for me? And she does.
Yeah,
because it's like like I said, I would be an editor's worst nightmare, but I do think that at some point I should, just because of all of the work that I've got into it and different stuff. Because nobody else knows. You're going to know now. I have a supposed complete list of all of the sightings within the state.
The shit you have and the shit in your head, Gene. Yeah, I mean, just like with this girl, it needs to be passed. With me, I don't have kids. Heather's got a couple. Maybe they don't care, but I want to write down my movie location. Someone needs to know. I want to keep it going. So that's fucking great. Oh, yes, West Virginia State Penitentiary. Wasn't that where they shot Shawshank? Did they film it there, Brandon? Let me know. I hope that went well, man. Send me some shit so I can share it. He's one of the most modest people I know. So that's cool, Gene. Yeah, I can't say enough about you because, I mean, like I said, guys, this isn't just my guest. This is a sister. This is a former coworker, which is very minute of our relationship. But Gene and I have, ever since we met that first day when you gave me a tour at the museum, and we've been fucking awesomely friends, wrestling nuts. I'm going to go some more wrestling stuff. Or a couple more fun ones.
Yay.
Do you, because it's my show and I can, that's why.
Yes.
What do you think about the whole, obviously WWE's been bought out by the UFC boys and a whole new owner. Don't forget, check it out, guys. Join the group. Answer the questions, though.
Yes, please answer the questions. I just want to make sure everybody's on the same page.
Or you're not coming in. Yeah. So, where do you like the whole, like the ring looks like a boxing ring now with all the fucking sponsorships on it? Not a big fan of that.
Yeah, I don't like that. But hold on, I have a surprise for you.
Oh, Sid and the kitty. What's up? Oh, I love it. Speaking of cats, what's up, Sydney?
Doing all right. How are you?
Good. Making a guest appearance. I know you're usually shy, so I appreciate it.
See, he still has it.
And Heather loves her stuff. You made her get a little sentimental. She misses her. That she loved the gifts. That was very kind of you. And what's the name of this special friend of ours?
Beckett.
What is it, Beckett?
Yep.
Like the football price guide, the old football card price guide, Beckett. That's cool.
Yeah.
Hey, what's Sydney's favorite wrestler? I know you're a wrestling fan, girl.
John Moxley's always been my favorite. I loved him when he was Dean Ambrose.
I don't think anyone's ever said fucking Dean. That's all. Look at Heather's. She loves her gifts, guys.
I'm glad. I'm so happy that she likes this stuff.
Don't forget to say hi to the kitty, Heather. So
she's
Sydney,
not happy right now. She's
are you, I mean, she's not. Oh, give her a treat from Uncle Adam. There you go. Hey, Sydney, while I get you real quick, are you following in Mom's footsteps for those that are watching? Do you plan on doing this stuff? Are you into the cat stuff?
No, I'm not. No, I mean, I love supporting her, and I'll always support her, but I'm not really big on researching.
Okay.
She's going to be with me at the charming Fair Farms, though. She's going to take some of her artwork and stuff. Yeah.
Phenomenal. I love it. Guys, check it out. She's fucking, that's cool.
Yeah, she's going to take some of her jewelry, too. She's got, her jewelry and stuff, too. So she's going to take all that stuff.
Ooh, very cool. That's a nice little mother-daughter thing. Guys spend some time doing some stuff. Meeting people,
Wow, your eyes are glowing. You're scaring me.
It's like demonic. Hey, did she go to see Final Destination as well?
No, she's going to go see it this weekend with a friend. She hasn't seen it yet. So
Okay, so don't spoil it. But is it just like the other ones? Is it pretty wild? Is it?
I thought the first 20 minutes were extremely freaky and scary. I was like, oh my God, no. And then after that, I mean, I liked it. I mean, I love the first one. The second one was good. After that, they kind of got a little cheesy. This one I actually thought was really good. I did. I liked it a lot. Which is, you know, not my cup of tea. I'm more into like the yeah. And I thought there was enough comedy in it to break it up. So, but I was sad. Tony Todd was in it, and he was, I don't know what happened at the end of his life, but he was unrecognizable, but I knew it was him. And I was so thankful that he was in it. But it just, if you do watch it, just be prepared, because I love Tony Todd. Candyman. Oh, you know, and to see him the way that he was in this movie, I'm glad that they put him in it, but it was hard, because when they had the scene with him, I hit my best friend because she made me go to the movies, and I'm like, hey, it's Tony. And then he turned around and I almost thought I was wrong.
No shit.
And I wasn't though, but yeah.
Well, he was now just, I gotta see it. I didn't know he was in that.
Yeah, because he was in the first one, you know. I mean, so you got to kind of keep him in it. And it explains why he was in the movies too. It does explain why he was in the first movie and this one, you know, so it kind of gives him closure.
Yes. No, I got to go see it. Shit. Awesome. Well, that's cool. Shit. Oh, that's awesome, man. He passed. That's rough. Everybody passes, but wait a minute. You didn't like horror movies, and here you are name dropping all these horror movies. Stephen King stuff.
I'm not big on horror movies, but I love Wishmaster, because the Wishmaster movies had Kane Hodder. It had Robert Englund, and it had Tony Todd in it, and he wiped them all out. You know. So oh, you froze. Oh, we lost him. There we go. He's back.
Oh, it's the Wi-Fi. I swear, the town I live in, I don't know what it is, man. Good Lord. Oh, there we go. Oh, we're back.
Yay.
Oh, my God. I can't believe this is still a show after 5 years. Can you hear me?
Yeah. I can hear you.
It's supposed to snow any minute now. God forbid we have one sunny fucking day.
He's going to get snow.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah, it's funny, Sid. Yeah. I'll mail you some. I'll mail you some next week, okay? Yeah, big joke. They all go, oh, snow looks so beautiful from fucking Arizona. Suck it. Yeah, it looks beautiful. Shovel it.
Yep, agreed.
Snow.
Oh, my God. Oh, yeah. So,
I couldn't live someplace that didn't have snow, though. I really couldn't.
New England born. I mean, obviously, you guys have been New England your whole life, right, Sid? You grew up here in Maine, right? You guys, your whole,
yeah.
Okay, well, I got a fun one. Where's the fun place that you guys have gone? What's one of your favorite places outside of Maine that you've been to?
I loved Paradise, California. I went there a couple times because I had family up there.
It's called Paradise? That's the name of the town?
Yeah.
It actually burned to the ground several years ago. The entire town, hospital, school, everything burnt to the ground from the wildfires.
I remember that. Oh. Wow. It must be rebuilt now, though, right? Or building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What say you, Gene?
I don't know. I liked when I went to New York there, because I liked going through the Cascades. I thought the Cascades were beautiful and stuff. But I think one of my favorite trips that we did was to Salem. That was a lot of fun.
Oh, Witches Beware. Yes. Oh, Heather loves her book too. She hasn't read it yet, but
that was my mom's, and I wanted to hand it down because my mom loved Salem. She absolutely loved the whole witch trial stuff. She was obsessed with it. And when I got some of my mom's stuff after she passed, and I mean, she's been gone now for 11 years. When I was going through my stuff, I found that, and I was like, this has to be passed on to somebody who will appreciate it. And that's why I sent it to Heather, because I knew that Heather would appreciate it.
I know you're watching, girl. Holy shit. That's awesome. Well, she's been going through a lot of shit right now between herself and her daughter.
I know she has. And we've been thinking about her. Sydney actually asked today how everything was going and stuff. We don't want to bother her, but we wanted to let her know that we're thinking of her.
We love you guys. Just the little things like just that. Even the gifts, just thinking of us around Christmas time. I got my little care package. Like, you have no idea. You guys are fucking amazing people. God bless you.
You're my brother. So, like it or not, you are technically my brother now. So
it's true. It's true. Since my niece. There's another person I get a gift for every Christmas now. So, what do you and Sydney do with Stan and stuff? You guys go, like, what do you guys like do for a big meal? Do you guys have a barbecue? Do you guys like lobster, like a big seafood fest?
I can't eat seafood. I'm allergic. I can't touch seafood.
Shells.
I can't swim in salt water.
That's right. I remember you said that. I remember. You can't go in the ocean if your fucking life depended on it.
And I want to swim with great whites, so I need a Scooby-Doo dive suit, with a big dome and the whole thing.
Completely Aquaman covered, like a whole, to go swim with the mermaids in the shark.
I literally, my one fantasy, if I could ever actually do it, would be to swim with great whites.
Wow, you really do love sharks.
I do love sharks. I love all animals, but I love sharks.
I got to bring you to Martha's Vineyard for my tour in Massachusetts of where Jaws was filmed.
Yes, I want to go there because each year there's more and more great white sightings and stuff. And I really, really want to go down to the Cape and see the sharks. I really do.
Sydney, how do you feel knowing that your mother's insane but not locked up? Does that scare you at all?
Yes, it does.
She likes to look for big, huge cats in the middle of Maine woods at midnight and swim with fucking great whites. Gene, I don't know what cloth you came from, but I think Sabu wore it. I read it.
Yes, I know that Ben had an issue with Sabu, but Sabu was a phenomenal entertainer, and I was devastated when I found out that he was gone.
That's how I knew you shared it. I knew right away when I go, oh my God, fucking.
Sabu was an awesome entertainer, and you've got to look at it at that point. He had his demons, and he had a lot of demons, and I'm not excusing any of that, but he was an entertainer. He was an absolute wonderful entertainer. Anybody that will rip his arm open in a match with Terry Funk with barbed wire, and need freaking 112 stitches, but duct tapes himself up to continue the match so that the fans will get their money's worth is,
When Mick Foley says he looks up to him, there's a fucking, that's something. When fucking Mankind, you and Sydney have been to countless events. I've seen the pictures. You guys go whenever it comes to Maine and New England. You guys got a front row fucking seat. You guys love your wrestling.
Well, we don't have front row anymore because they've gotten really too expensive. But we do.
Green shirt? You don't have put a green shirt on. You'll sit right in the front, like the guy on Raw.
We want to do Limitless in August because the Hardys are actually coming. And is it Yarmouth?
Lewiston.
It's in Lewiston.
Sid, let's all go. We'll get Heather. All four of us will go get some popcorn and go.
Yeah. We'll discuss it later on. We'll grab tickets and we'll all go.
So answer my question, Sid. What do you guys like to eat when you go out to eat? You have a big steak. You have ribs. What do you have? Shrimp. You can have shrimp, right?
I'm very childish, and I eat chicken tenders.
I was gonna say you're a chicky tendy with sweet and sour or honey mustard.
Honey mustard. Yep.
That's all right. I haven't tried the McDonald's ones yet. I heard those are pretty good. The new ones. I haven't tried them.
She had Applebee's today.
Ooh, that's some good stuff. Gene, so what about you? No shellfish. I get you. You go for steak?
No, I'm a quesadilla girl. I like my chicken quesadillas with bacon.
That's a first. You don't hear that on the show. Cool. Wow. And tendies, honestly, I've never heard either. Usually people go for steak or burgers, it seems like, or pizza. So that's kind of cool, mixing up a little bit with the tendies and the fucking quesadilla.
We're different.
So, we can start with either one of you, but I want you both to answer a question. Sid, I know you're an unexpected side guest, but you're a guest now, so you can stick around for a couple more minutes. Give me some of your bucket lists. Give me one for America and one for other than America for both of you, please.
No, he said Sid.
Rick.
Well, both you, but Sid, yes. Either one. But both.
I would love to see Big Ben. I'd love to go to Europe and see Big Ben. I would also, out of the country, I would love to go to Greece. I'd love to go to Athens.
Athens,
in
Greece?
America, I don't know. I haven't thought about it.
Yeah, oh, come on. New Orleans, Florida, maybe? No?
New Orleans for me. I do want to check out New Orleans.
The old school Mardi Gras, witches, vampires type, slave quarter type shit. Yeah.
Because I like the whole vampire lore. And for Europe, we've had this discussion before, but it's not because I want to be there. I want to own the castle because it's up for sale.
Oh, yeah.
As I want Vlad the Impaler's castle in Romania. I want to turn it into a bed and breakfast.
Oh my God, gold mine. If you had that, for Christ's sake, you could, oh my God, wedding. Imagine a wedding at Vlad's castle.
It was like, it was almost 20 years ago that I realized that it's up for sale. And it was like at the time, 400 million. And I was like, literally, I want to win the jackpot, but they've actually dropped the price down. The gentleman who actually owns the castle lives in New York somewhere. It's the great grandson, you know. Yeah.
Blood related to Vlad himself, the Impaler? Oh, yeah. Stop. Fucking Gene,
but
you're a wealth of
one
knowledge.
thing about the castle is they have a museum in it and it's not yours. But the castle itself was used in the Full Moon movies, Subspecies, which are my favorite vampire movies. They're cheesy, absolutely horribly cheesy, but I love them because of the fact that they're done in Bucharest and Budapest, and you've got the cobblestone roads, and it's just gorgeous. It's absolutely beautiful.
God. Oh, I tell you. Yeah, that's a great answer. I didn't even know it was for sale. And the cobblestone, yeah. There's a street in Portland that's cobblestone, and I went over it one on my car, and I was like, wow. Just the sound alone, man, it brings you back. That's cool.
Yeah, it's amazing when you can find towns like that.
Yeah.
And stuff. And yeah. I know that a lot of people say Romania and stuff for that, but and I know, but the castle, I mean, they had it on one of the paranormal shows, the ghost people, but literally she wanted to go because it has secret passages. That's what she likes about the whole thing, is there's tons of secret passages in that castle.
That's cool. You pull a candle switch down or something.
Yeah, there's like a ton in there of secret passages. It's
get out. Take my fucking money. Do you need my soul, kidney? What do you need? I'll fucking. What do you need? That'd be dope. Okay, well, let's go to another fun one before I want to plug some of your shit. We got a little bit more time, but I want to do another fun one real quick. Tunes, rock and roll, rap, a little bit of old school metal, maybe. What do you guys jam out to? Anything recently? Anything catch your fancy?
I listen to just about everything. I have a pretty diverse music category on my phone and everything.
Whatever your mood's matching for the day.
Yeah, I don't pick one genre. I have everything on there.
I do too. I like anything but classical.
No, that's not true. You don't like rap either.
And I don't like rap. I don't like rap. Yes, I hate rap. Well, actually, no, it's not. I don't like rap. I hate rap. But everything. But I mean, I'm kind of partial to my hair bands.
Oh, okay.
And I'm partial to the I do like metal too, but I just don't like rap. Rap drives me nuts.
I think that I get that, but you got a pretty good. It depends on your mood. Like a day you'll have something a little bit harder, maybe something sentimental. You have something softer. If you're feeling fruity, play some Stevie Nicks or something. I get you.
Gypsy, I love Gypsy by Stevie Nicks.
I've listened to Journey once in a while. Fucking don't knock me. I like my little bit of I can like the guy screaming. Like you said, life's too short. I can like a little bit of it all. So before we go, I want to plug you again. Where can people find Gene's work? Gene, if they want to get you, obviously, Historical Haunted Booking, your booking agent, Anna Began.
That's right. They can reach you if they need to get a hold of me. Reach out to Adam. Please reach out to Adam if you would like to get a hold of me. Other than that, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and I'm the founder of Eastern Ghost Cat Research. I have a page on Facebook. It's a group. Feel free to join. The only thing that I ask is that everybody answers the questions, and that's only because I want everybody on the same page. I don't do a whole lot of publicizing, even like the events that I'm doing. I haven't publicized that I'm doing those. What I keep it for is more like educational purposes and to kind of keep, have it as an open mind or a forum for people to be able to discuss the topic, and stuff. So
basically educate them, if anything. But it's, I get you. As far as like anybody wants you for a speaker, maybe a convention, or want you on their podcast,
reach out to Adam.
Reach out to me.
Reach out
to booking, and I will get and I will try to see what Jean's obviously her schedule and everything. And I'm also going to promote the places that she and Sid's going to be selling her art and all that good stuff in the next coming months in New England. And of course, you're willing to travel. And Thomas, get her for your convention next year in Salem or Connecticut. I'm sure Jean would love to go. Jeff and me.
I would, like I said, I love Thomas. If his ears were ringing, I'm sorry, but he is the only person that I would ever do anything paranormal with because
besides me. But I mean, but I know. But as far as like a because he's the shaman. He knows I don't know. I know what the history is, but this fucking guy knows how to.
You know the history, and if I have any questions on history or Stephen King, you're the man I go to.
I fucking love to hear that. I'm gonna get it tattooed. History and Stephen King. Look me up on my side of my head. Jean, Sid for coming on, and the kitty who's obviously pissed off and left. But thank you for your time, girl. I gotta get you back on. Maybe I'll have the client free for all. I believe when I start season 6 in August, I'll have you back.
Yeah, I already said that I would be part of that. I would love that. I know it's a limited slot, but I'm fine with sharing.
You're always in chat. You always support. You like my shit. You always people are sharing your stuff. You share Thomas's stuff. So thank you for bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you for everything that you do. Thank you for being a sister and fucking. Hey, what's up, guys? Check out. I know you're coming in late. We're almost done, but just check out the replay. It'll be on my YouTube channel. And check out everything from Jean TEWKSBURY, Eastern Ghost Cat Research. Anything left, Jean? You got any questions or anything? You want to say anything?
No, I think I'm good. I'm just very happy that you asked me to be a guest again. Always love it. And like I said, my brother from another mother and father, I stole that from her. But it's true. And I appreciate all that you do, promoting me, helping me. I just really, really am very thankful for your friendship.
Same here.
So.
Whenever I have either a bad day or something good to talk about or just a wrestling thing, I know you'll never be like, oh, you always make time for me when you can. And you're a busy girl. You got your husband, your kid, your job, everything else, your work. So you make time for those and fucking it means a lot.
Make time for family. You're family, dude. Whether you like it or not.
I will take a bullet. Anybody fucks with you, they're dead. Both of you. You're my niece and my sister, so that's how that goes. Stan too. He's my brother-in-law. So
yeah, there you go.
So much love to you guys and the kitty cat who hates me.
No, she hates her.
She hates me. She doesn't hate you. She hates me.
You're the cat lady. How could she hate you?
Oh no, she hates me.
Runs away upon the sight of her.
Yeah.
You're the referee. Are you Sid? You're the
Yep.
She is.
All righty. Well, guys, check her out. Check Historical London, book it out. I'm going to be sharing all her stuff at their events, guys. Check out the show and everything else. Jean, thank you so much. Love you, girl. Love you both very much.
Thank you.
Check them out, and we'll see you guys next week. I don't know who the guest is. Just check it out. So thank you guys for coming on. And